before we have a break, make sure we all have a drink, and we're going to have one ourselves. So we're going to finish up with a nice little bright one called You're Nobody's Sweetheart Now.
G'day again. Thought I'd do another Bears by the barbecue. And got the old chicken kebabs on again tonight. But as you can hear, it's a bit of Dad's music going in the background. Quite a few guys like that. So that's pretty sweet. Yeah, that's sweet. He passed away in 2002, and we all miss him, that's for sure. But yeah, so we'll do some Bears by the barbecue. What have we got to tell you guys? Oh, here's something. If an Asian guy comes into your workplace and he hasn't got any real trade and he's like government assisted, pretty hard to knock him back, isn't it? But if you give them the job of, you know, what can you do? I can't do too, mind you, in a Chinese accent, you know what I mean? Like, well, I don't do a good Chinese accent. Actually I do, but I'm not in the mood. So you give them the job of being in charge of supplies. And when you go looking around all day for the guy, you know, lunchtime goes by and you haven't even seen this character all day, you're thinking, well, maybe he's gone home. Until you go into the supply room and he jumps out and goes, supplies! Yeah, so Bears by the barbecue, how did that start? Well, it all started by a little video I did a while back called What Is It? And it was the bullshit grinder. And my dad once upon a time, when he brought the bullshit grinder home, you might have seen the bullshit grinder. So simple. Anyway, the whole idea about a bullshit grinder is you stand around a barbecue or you stand around somewhere, you know, we're all drinking beers and the bullshit's flowing, you know, and someone pass off a bit of bullshit to you and get out the grinder and give it a grind. That was just their funny little way of saying, you know, why don't you tell me a whole heap of crap. But anyway, that's how the bullshit by the barbecue started. Because I think the very first one I did, I had the bullshit grinder out. But, yeah. I think we might just get these things on the barbie. What we're hotting up over here, I think now. See that? That's not too foul, is it? So, oh, here's the thing I heard, I saw the other day, and I thought it was quite a, what do you call it? You know when you think someone's doing the right thing and a good thing, and in actual fact they're just taking the piss, you know what I mean? Like I saw one of those hybrid Lexus things the other day, pull over, and I was probably about 400 metres away from him, and I saw him get out of the car, hybrid Lexus, bloody expensive bastard, And you open the back door up, you then pull something out of the back door, out of the rear of the car in the back seating area. It's something that looks like a plastic bag full of, who knows, could be nappies or anything, you know. But he then proceeded to throw it down a storm water drain. Look after the environment with your fucking, you know, battery powered hybrid motor car, and then throw bags of shit down the. Just absolutely amazes me. So as you've heard up there's some of my dad's music, and you know, I like listening to it myself. It takes me back to when I was a little guy, probably, you know, pre-teens, you know, 10, 11, something like that. Back in the day when it was a nice place to live, the world, I mean. And here's something you might not know. I'll just pop this up here and have a listen to this. Sound familiar? Anyone that's part of the Garage Gang or watches Southwest Rod and Custom will know this tune. That's Sammy Salami's theme, and out of Miami. Beautiful hat. And that's my dad playing. Yeah. I spoke to Pete a few years back when he was putting that stuff together, and I offered him some tunes from my dad. And I'll show you something. This is what actually made all that noise. Hang on, I'll bring you over. Don't get scared. It's alright. When I can find your latch. There you are. I'll bring you over. This trumpet he bought in 70, probably 1970 or something like that. Oh, that smells like inside of the Chevy. Look at the wear and tear. Look at the wear, even the valves, right? This hasn't been out of the box for I don't know how long. But look at the wear and tear. Now that's yeah, everything still moves. Well, maybe not that slide, but that's what plays that music that you're listening to right now. Yeah. And I reckon if I got one of them mouthpieces, where is it? Where are they? I think that was probably one of his favourites. I reckon if I could scrape some DNA off that, we could claim the old daddy boy. But yeah, that's an old case. Autumn or fall, there's some places around the world call it. As you see, I had to actually document on the last video that bit of rain, because we haven't had rain for ages, man. This is the hottest March in recorded history in Australia. So far we haven't had a day under the 30 degrees Celsius, and that's quite something. But it just doesn't seem like it never ends, you know what I mean? It's just on because, you know, I'm sitting inside with the aircon on and I should be out doing something, but it's too damn humid. It's just insane. insane. But nevertheless, on the Falcon that was on that clip, the last one that I put up, that 6-cylinder Falcon. Now, I've seen cam gears chop out. I've known a few blokes that have had Cleveland V8s, and a couple of them chopped those gears out. One particular guy had a race boat. It was just a car engine in a circuit boat with I don't know, 800 CFM poly and an air gap manifold and nice, worked up heads and marinized. Well, it wasn't marinized because all it did was just force feed the water, the river water, in through the engine just from propulsion. But on a couple of occasions he put really thick oil in the engine, and it chewed the actual gear off the distributor, not so much off the camshaft. But the reason for that was because of the thick oil. When he'd crank it, and because the oil pump is driven off the bottom of the distributor, and the distributor is driven off the camshaft, the restriction on the oil pump, it goes up back through the distributor drive into the distributor, and there's going to be a conflict there if there's too much resistance. That was with a really thick racing oil, and another guy, and another Ford engine, by the way, his issue was that a piece of crap got through the filter, or got through the filter screen, and it jammed up the gears in the pump. The pump stopped, dizzy stopped, and of course something has to give up, which at that time was the distributor gear. But this one's a bit strange, but I'm thinking there's an issue somewhere. He had it changed. He had the dizzy gear changed a year ago or something like that. Some people that own crap cars just won't be straight up with you, and they expect you to be, a wizard at it. But if they don't tell you the truth, you can't diagnose the issue. So he wasn't sure whether the guy put the correct gear in, or I almost think he said to me that the guy couldn't get the correct gear, but it measured up the same. Or I don't know. So maybe the gears worn out over the past 12 months. I don't know. I just don't know. It's one of the things, unless you know the consequences and you were there, well, you just don't know. So you can only assume. But it is an old shit box, and I really don't know whether the guy wants to go on with it or not. I don't know whether he wants to. Personally, I don't think it's worth. It's not going to be cheap. Front's got to come off the engine, which means, disassembling quite a bit of the shenanigans that goes on the front of that. Some's got to come off. And if some comes off, we might as well change the guides. Now, this is 200,000 kilometre plus engine. Is this going to be worthwhile messing with? The car's barely worth $1,000 with $1,200 worth of tyres and rego. So, I don't know. Not my call. The owner's call. And he's strapped, he hasn't got much money, so he's not going to want to go spending, what it's going to take to get this back together. So, should probably say, the easiest way for him would be probably to put a second-hand engine in it, and we fit it up or whatever, and and he drives up into the sunset. But you know, even that, just to buy that engine second hand is that's $400 to us. We're gonna make $1. You know what I mean? So then by the time we fit it, a few hours involved, coolant, maybe some hoses, engine mounts maybe, serpentine belt, water pump, who fucking knows? You know, it could blow out the $1,500–1,600. I don't know. Personal opinion, I just ditch it. It is a blue oval thing anyway, so what's the loss? Anyway, the Spideys are out still. There's a little redback lady. That's her 2 egg sacs. That's going to be her meal for a while. And I want to show you another bugger. It's down by the letterbox. There's another one. We're going to have to get the spray out. The bugs are coming. That's not the letterbox. Where do you see this bugger? Oh, I don't want to upset his web. Look at him. Look at this fella. He's big. I'll see if I get my hand behind him. That's my hand behind him, huh? He's a big fella. He's a big one. Yeah. By the way, if you're going to cook any of these things, it's, you know, diced chicken, capsicum, or green peppers as some people call them in some parts of the world, like a chunk of onion, wedged like a few layers of, and repeat, and a mushroom, people going, you've got like a couple of everything on there. But the chicken, the idea is that you partially freeze it before you cut it. It makes it so much easier. And then you can get a nice square, because when you ever cut chicken, you know it just sort of, when it's thawed, it just flops, you know. Well, you know, it's like a bloody breast implant, isn't it? Well, it's a breast anyway, that's what we use it here. But anyway, yeah, so that's a quick tip. The chicken kebabs. Now, let me see, what else can I speak about while we're out here talking bullshit by the barbecue, having a beer. Cheers. I pour it in a glass like Steve Robb, but it's already in glass, champ. Anyway, we've been watching a bit of controversial chit-chat. A number of channels. One is a very good friend. It's actually 2 good friends that are having discussions about Chinese parts. And here's all I can say. I speak on behalf of my own experience. Chinese parts are everywhere, and it's not a good thing. I mean, Australia there's a few things Australia's got left that we own, okay? The Harbour Bridge hasn't been sold yet. Opera House hasn't been sold yet. Arnott's Craft, blah, 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 blah. Food sources, including Australia's biggest dairy, has just been sold off to the Chinese. You know what I mean? How can we function? We've got no export. Cars, finished. There's not another, at the end of this year, there's not another car that's going to be manufactured in Australia at commercial level. I'll say that. Because lots of people are still going to build cars. You know, things like that old 38 Chevy maybe. Sourcing old stuff, you know, resource, you know what I mean? Recycle, repurpose, reuse. That's how we like to do it. And, my experience with Chinese parts, well, my opinion is, they do an absolutely brilliant job of making a shit replica, crap quality replica. They look like, they just look the goods. Everything that they do looks the goods, but the quality is just crap. One of my vids a couple of years ago, I think. No, well, shit, it's got to be more than that. Probably 4 years ago. I'll see if I can find it, and I'll leave a link. I used colourful language, let's just say. And sorry for the couple of colourful ones I've used today, or this evening. On my opinion on a particular inlet manifold, which was for a early Holden V8 engine, you know, like that one I showed you in that little ute. I rebuilt the engine. And it all sounded good, but man, did I have a time trying to seal it up. The guy supplied this manifold that was some obscure, I couldn't even tell you what the brand was because it didn't even have a brand on it. 4-barrel manifold to go on a Holden V8. Suck air and just, everything was just, you know, by the time you get through, I'm a guy that when I do a job, I want to just do it once. I don't need the practice. And when I'm done with it, I want it to look nice. And I want it to look like, actually I want it to look like it's either new if I'm rebuilding something, or if I'm repairing something, or even servicing something. I want the car to look like nobody's ever been there. Other than to check the dipstick, yes, it's clean oil. You know what I mean? That's just the way I am. I bolts and whatever, you know, when you're undoing bolts and shit like that, that's all gonna leave a trace behind. But I don't like leaving handprints on crap. I don't like leaving wires or hoses and things that are supposed to be in little brackets or clamps, or that stuff has got to go back on. OCD, quite possibly. Yeah, but to me that's an important thing, to make sure that it looks like it came out the factory. You know, if you're gonna be modifying stuff, like you know, hot rods and stuff, you know, you put all the flash shit and bits and pieces on, you're gonna see the difference. You're gonna see chrome, you're gonna see, you know, rocker covers, you're gonna listen to it, it's gonna, you know, idle or lumpy and carry on. That's what you build them like that for. It's not supposed to look like a, you know, like Joe Average's family commuter. So that's just one of my things. But yes, on Chinese parts, I have used them. I have got them to work. I don't like using them. The longevity is very, very small as opposed to a quality part. There's no doubt about that. Ball joints, suspension rubbers, things like that, they just go like that. And you think, you know, when the guy comes back and says, but I've only had these ball joints replaced, you know, 9-10 months ago, and now they're all locked up because they're seized up and they're starting to collapse. Worst ones for that is Ford, just by the way. You kind of get the picture there, aren't you? Like me in the Oval. And we're not friends, let me tell you, we're not friends. But yeah. I think spending a little bit of money on a quality part, and the quality that you need for whatever your application is varies on your requirements. And that's unspoken. You don't need that's just the way it is. If you're gonna give it plenty, you need something that's going to cope with plenty. If you're just going to dawdle it around, 38 Chevy and exactly just bog stock standard. Gets me up to traffic speed, it'll get me fined and I could lose my licence easy. I've been 150 kilometres an hour in it. Unofficially. Anyway, I think we're just about done with this lot. Thought we'd come out, share the barbie, have a beer with us, and bit of bullshit by the barbecue, huh? How good does it get? I think it's just about done now.